Last night, about 15 hours before this embargo, a friend showed me a video for this game, LUNARK. It looked gorgeous, utilizing a low pixel art style blended with rotoscope-looking animations. I was immediately pulled back to the original Prince of Persia games and out of this world. For the rest of my night, I was transported to an alien world full of misery, intrigue, color, and fun. So let's get into it in the XboxEra review of LUNARK. You are Leo, protege of the boss at a local factory. Suffering from premature aging, you are tasked with returning an artifact to your boss. Things end up going sideways, as they always do, and you'll weave your way through a society oppressed by robots and harboring dangerous secrets. The LUNARK is a moon converted into a machine in orbit over your home planet. There's a lot more to the story here, told mostly through short conversations in-game, but I think it's best not to spoil it. Just know that the writing is solid and the plot kept me intrigued the entire way through my play session. The first thing you'll notice about the game is its visual style. Utilizing a very low pixel count look, at first glance I thought it perhaps a tad too low, LUNARK is a 2D cinematic platformer. For old gamers like myself, if you remember the Prince of Persia titles, the animation featured a gorgeous rotoscope style. In-game action takes place on a 2D plane with occasional cutscenes that jump to a set third-person camera angle. In action, I think it looks absolutely stunning, and screenshots do not do the game justice. And none of this would matter though if the gameplay and sound were not on the same level, and thankfully, they are. Where LUNARK differs is that its lovingly crafted animations do not always keep the game from feeling good to play. It controls pretty damn well. X is your shoot button. A is used for interactions and Y for jumping. Holding the right bumper is your run and climb button, while left bumper is used to activate your shield. Those shields only work when standing still, and all of it works well once you get to how deliberate it all is. It's not a Twitch game, and things can feel unresponsive if you try to play it as one. The moment I got the rhythm of the control scheme, it felt far better than most games in this cinematic platformer genre normally do. There is a lot of platforming, and I rarely felt cheated by it. You will be using your right bumper a lot, both for running and for climbing. I used the D-pad for movement, and it felt far more precise than the analog stick did. Holding right bumper and pressing down lets you climb at ledges, and if you hold right bumper, you can hang on as long as you are not hit by an enemy. The same works for going up, and if you are running and hold up at the same time, you can reach otherwise unreachable ledges by jumping to them. There were a few sections that put the controls to the test, one being a run to the right boss encounter and the other being a stealth section. I beat both without too many issues, though the stealth section's infrequent checkpoints were a sore spot. Leo starts with 3 health hearts, and every hit removes 1. By eating healing fruit in the environment, you can restore 1 meter at a time. He also has up to 3 shield charges available, and you find more within crates that you can punch or shoot in the environment. It's a pretty simple game overall, and it doesn't seem like it's going to be too long, which is a bonus because if it had been, it would have been a detriment to what was otherwise a great experience. I think the last thing I need to talk about though is the music. It is fantastic, and my wife kept commenting on how much she was enjoying it as she watched me play. It harkens back to the 16-bit era and is full of catchy tunes that matched each of the levels well. There is no voice acting in the game though, instead dialogue is just a series of muffled tones. My playtime was 1 long session and I had 0 bugs or crashes. And the game's not online in any way, so I can see Quick Resume working well on series consoles. Wrapping things up, LUNARK was a game I had never heard of a day before this review went live, and I loved my time with it. A beautifully realized throwback look is mixed with fun gameplay and an incredible soundtrack. For $20, if the premise sounds interesting to you, then you should do yourself a favor and give this one a go.